You know, I want to tell you a little bit about her and brag on her because she's earned these bragging rights. She's the director and presiding clergy at the Darshan Center for Spiritual Evolution. She is also the director and the dean at the Sacred Journey Interfaith Seminary. She's a professor of sociology, social work, and criminal justice. Today and always, she is one of our guiding lights. So I say, let's give her our love and our light.
Namaste. So I ask for God's grace and mercy and to be an instrument in the hands of the divine, sharing this message. How many of you are familiar with the nursery rhyme, Row, row, row your boat? Yeah, you want to sing it? Let's do it. Ready? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I have a yogic interpretation and interfaith message for you around this beautiful nursery rhyme. So I take apart all of the different sentences, right? So we start with row, row, row. And I'm wondering, why is it 3? Why do they say row 3 times? Right? I'm thinking, possibly, it's because we are not only a physical being, but we are an emotional being, and we are a spiritual being. So maybe it's those 3 rows that sort of define that, reflect that, relate to that. In the Hindu scriptures, we hear about 3 ways of being in the world. And it's karmic. It's karmic action, right? So everything I think, everything I say, everything I do has a karmic boomerang in this embodiment and in other embodiments to come. That's what the Hindus believe. That's what I believe. But there's 3 ways of being, and they call it Sattvic, which is pure. Say it, Sattvic. Sattvic. Your Sanskrit is a little rusty, so is mine, that's okay. Sattvic, pure, light, white is the color. Pure intention, good heart. Everything I think, everything I say, everything I do should be the goal of Sattvic. Sattvic intention, Sattvic action. The second is the opposite of Sattvic, which is Tamasic. Say that. Tamasic. Tamasic is that lazy feeling, that, I want to get over feeling. I want to shortcut this feeling, right? It's that I want to make big bucks and I want to make them quick and I don't want to have to work hard at it. That's the Tamasic mentality. Cutting people off in traffic. Tamasic. Thinking negative. I just had that experience this morning with Chris. Chris is my teacher, my spiritual guru, my director. It's really awesome to actually have a director with you all the time. Sometimes annoying, right? So when I'm in that annoyed state, that's the Tamasic action or Tamasic thought. The middle road is Rajasic. Say that, Rajasic. And Rajasic is red in color, it's vibrant, it's egoic. So it's the, I can't wait to start a new class. I can't wait to get a new degree. I can't wait to do this. Doing. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But Sattvic is the goal. So you can kind of be Rajasic with a Sattvic dominant, right? So that's what you're doing here, Reverend Kevin and Reverend Tim. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're Rajasic, you're doing with Sattvic icing. As long as we're in awareness of the way we're rowing, there's different ways to row. When Chris and I used to go kayaking, way back when, 100,000 years ago, We would be, rowing. She says it's not really rowing. What is kayaking? Stroking? Paddling. Okay. So I had the tendency to let her do all the paddling. I get tired. Did you ever feel like that? You get tired of rowing? Right? Life on life's terms. This every day, get up in the morning, have to row, 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 row. Some of us want to row really fast. Some of us have absolutely no interest in rowing at all. And when the winds pick up, when we're kayaking and the winds pick up, wow, it can be really hard. And it feels hard, and you want to give up. And you almost feel like it's like Gilligan's Island. Like one time that happened to us. We were kayaking in the Keys, and the winds kicked up, and it was like we were fighting against the tide. But there's a power greater than us that can give us that fuel, that power to help us grow. And so we kind of did a little Hanuman chant. And as we were saying, Hanumate, 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 and she was still doing all the rowing. We got there so quickly. So sometimes the winds pick up, and it's always better to have several rowers. I think you call it, in rowing, in the competition of rowing, I think you call that captain a coxswain. Is that what it's called? He's the captain, and he's going row, row, row. He's giving direction, and all of the rowers are rowing. And it's so much easier when we're rowing with others, isn't it? That's what this is. This is satsanga. This is rowing with others. And the coxswain, the captain, is the spiritual leaders, the spiritual directors. And in our own spiritual practice, it's our guru. Our guru is our captain, encouraging us to row, encouraging us to not give up. So row, row, row. Your boat. Your boat. I believe in the karmic interpretation that this boat is my, what's called prarabdha. Prarabdha. I won't make you say that one. Prarabdha karma, right? It's the karma that I've been given in this embodiment. I've been given this, no matter what I do, I'm 5'2". Chris will say I'm 5'1", but I am 5'2", I think. I used to be 5'3". She would say you never were, but that's okay. In this embodiment, I have brown hair, well, gray now, but brown eyes, born into an Italian family. My mom is here in the house today. God bless her. I've been born into this embodiment, given certain talents, given certain strengths, given certain weaknesses, limitations. I think that height is a limitation for me. Chris would also say if I was any taller, I would be like really annoying to be around. But this prarabdha, this clay, if you will, I always think of it as like clay that I've been given in this embodiment with all my talents, with all of my gifts, with my destiny, comes from a place called Sanchit karma, which is a storehouse of karma, a bank account of karma, from all the embodiments, as Kevin was saying. Because as I do good and be good, I create good karma. But sometimes I can't help it, like this morning, I do bad things. I say bad things, I think bad things. Am I alone in this? No. Thank God. In this human embodiment, I do good, I do bad, I collect karma. And that's called Kriyamana karma, as I go karma. So I've got these three different kinds of karma going on. And so this boat, row, 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 your boat is your lot, your prarabdha, your lot in life, so to speak. The things that I've been given to work with. Now some people have nicer boats. Faster boats, prettier boats, sleeker boats. It's okay, because my boat, with the help of the other rowers and the coxswain, the captain, And going with the stream, going with the wind, my higher power, the power that fuels me, it doesn't really matter what kind of boat I've got. Right? This is the whole of me, and my guru, Swami Jyotirmayananda, says, you are the architect of your destiny. So that means that I get to decide which road and which path I go on. One time when we were kayaking, we did this kayak trip in it was ridiculous. We had a friend of ours staying about a mile away. Now sure, if you went on that A1A, I think it's A1A, right? There? You know, and if you went by car, it was 1 mile. But if you tried to kayak that, it's really like 5 miles. We did the best we could. And there were certain roads or little alleys, it seemed like, that we had to go down to go finally get to our destination. So row, 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 as a spiritual being, in our physical body, as emotional individuals, always remembering that there's 3 different ways: sattvic, tamasic, rajasic, with an emphasis on sattva, which is purity. Using the boat that I've got, the next part says gently. Row, 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 your boat, your life, gently. Boy, do I have a problem with this one. Because I'm a doer. I am not gently going anywhere. I have a to-do list. I'm multitasking. That's why I love the Hindu goddesses, because they've got 5 hands. You know, it's like they've got a cell phone in one hand, and they've got a computer in the other hand, and they've got a sandwich in the other hand. Gently. Being in the moment. In recovery, we say, easy does it. Just for today. Right now. Right here. It's the journey, not the destination. You know, when I got in that kayak, all I was thinking about was, how are we going to get to the Marriott? And boy, how come we don't see the Marriott? Where's the Marriott? Oh shit, the Marriott. Oh my God. Oh my God. And that's me, and poor Chris, you know, it's just like, you know, Rumi says, how can I ever become polished if I'm annoyed by every rub? I must polish her a lot, because I know I annoy her a lot. And I'm sorry. But I missed the journey while I was looking for the Marriott. I missed the beauty of all the things that were there, for the most part. So that's my life, you know, I have to really be aware of row, 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 your boat. Again, you know, let me just talk for a minute about the boat again. You know, we took a trip up north for Christmas. We went to Vermont. It was 500 degrees below zero. It was like being not on Mars, on Venus, okay, or Pluto. Oh, Pluto's not a planet anymore. Whatever. It was really cold. Now, I love being with my family. There was no doubt about that. That was awesome, and that was something that my mom had always really wanted, was that we all go to Vermont. I hope we go in the summer next time, right? It was really cold. Boy, I came home loving my boat of Florida. Because sometimes I get a little bit Thomasy in the criticism of Florida. I love my boat today. I'm not looking at other boats. I love my boat. Gently down the stream. Gently. Go gently. Don't miss the miracle. And to be gentle with self and others. I need to work on that. Be gentle with self and others. Merrily, 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 merrily. 4 merrilies. 3 rows, 4 merrilies. Why? Because it's about gratitude. It's about joyful expression, positive love, the miracle of the Holy Spirit. What a voice. What a voice. consciousness. And I also believe that the 4 Merrilies are about the 4 yogas. Bhakti yoga, adoration of God, love of God. Karma yoga, service to others. Raja yoga, meditation. Kirtan, raising the vibration. Tuning into that frequency of light. And then lastly, which is one of my favorites, Jnana yoga, which is reading of the scriptures and learning. Joy and praise consciousness. It's about praising God in all of God's manifestations, just like your declaration of principles today. Just like your principle about God is in and of everything, nature, in everything I see, and in everything I smell, and in everything I taste and touch. Joy and praise consciousness. Merrily, 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 merrily. I have a thing going on with a group of women in Facebook. It's a Facebook private group, and it's a gratitude challenge. We call it #grateful. And it's on there, and every day we post something that we're grateful for. When I am in gratitude consciousness, wow. Merrily, 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 merrily. And then finally, life is but a dream. Did a yogi write this nursery rhyme? I tried to look up the origin of it because, holy mackerel, they're talking about Maya. They're talking about the cosmic illusion. Don't get so hooked into this life. Don't get so hooked into it. That's why tamasic behavior, or even rajasic behavior, does us no good. Because we can do, accumulate, get more, get more people, get more income, get more friends, get more love, get more food, get more ginger snap cookies from Lucky's, which is amazing. Can't stop eating them. More. And here's the bad news for that. Life is but a dream. All that is real is God. All that exists is God, Holy Spirit, Source, Allah, Brahman. Look, God doesn't care what we call it. Because when we think that we can name God, when we think that we can classify God, when we think that we can categorize God, the arrogance of that, the anti-humility of that, means you've lost God. Don't box God in, just like that little cute video. Let's not box God in. God is beyond. God is omnipresent. God is omniscient. God is all-powerful, ever-knowing. Amazing. Life is but a dream. That absolute reality is all that is. That's all that exists. Everything else is duality. Everything else, I am not this mind, I am not this body, I am not this intellect, I am not this limited personality. I am the blessed self. The blessed self. This self that is the same ingredients as Brahman, the same ingredients as God, as Holy Spirit. What? That means all I am is light. And I'm nothing else but that. So, row. Let's be aware. I want to be aware. I'm going to commit right now. Let me be aware to be more sattvic in my rowing. Row. More pure of heart in my rowing. Gently down the stream. Merrily. Gratitude consciousness. And to be in that awareness that, guess what? Life is but a dream. So let's make it count.